this conference is about all the latest developments in the field of liver transplantation. And India, the burden of liver disease is very high. Almost 25% of all the deaths which happen in the world are happening in India because of liver disease. So there is tremendous need for treatment of liver disease, both medical and in terms of liver transplantation. Over the last 5 years, we have seen a lot of progress, both in medical and the surgical fields of liver transplantation. There has been progress in immunology, like ABO incompatible liver transplants which can be done from different blood groups. Now there is advent of minimally invasive surgery. We are doing laparoscopic and robotic liver transplants to minimize the discomfort to the donor and to facilitate rapid recovery. There is use of machine perfusion to increase the donor pool, and over the years we have seen a lot of increase in transplantation activity over all parts of India. Initially transplant was there in 4 major cities: Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai and Hyderabad, but now we are seeing more and more transplantation in other cities of India as well, like Gujarat, Central India. So that is very encouraging, and over the coming time this will increase and will obviously lead to more patient benefit across the country.
What are the what are the precautions a person should take after transplantation?
Precautions wise, for the first 3 months you should be careful about avoiding infections. You should adhere to good food hygiene practices. Drinking clean water, hand sanitization, avoiding outside food. Also about mixing with people. For the first 2 to 3 months, you should avoid a lot of interaction with a lot of people, wearing a mask. And the most important thing is taking your immunosuppressive medicines on time. So these are very important for the health of the transplanted liver to prevent rejections. So adhering to your immunosuppressive medicines and keeping a diligent follow is very essential in the initial few months after transplant.
Is there any difference between the pediatric transplant and the adult transplant?
Difference? So pediatric transplants are more challenging because the kids are small. The ability to tolerate any complications is lower. They are technically more demanding because all the structures in the kids are small. So you have to be technically very good to deliver a successful outcome in a pediatric transplant. Otherwise, the kids recover very well. The ability to heal is better in kids. So once the transplanted liver starts functioning, the kids actually recover faster than the adults. Even the milestones they catch very well. A pediatric patient who has liver disease, they don't develop milestones. So physical growth, mental growth, both is stunted. Post transplant we see a rapid surge. They start sitting, they're able to stand, walk, and they do equally well as other children of their age. So that is very encouraging. Doing a pediatric transplant successfully is very gratifying.
From the government side, what do you think that more should be done
For the awareness.
for either for awareness from the structural side also, so that it is easier to transplant?
We are actually seeing a lot of movement from the government, both in terms of awareness for disease and also for awareness about liver disease in general. Also, you can see now that liver transplant centers are developing in government institutions, like in Ahmedabad, in AIMS, in some of the state hospitals. So that is encouraging. Only thing is, it will take some time because for things to get streamlined in government hospitals takes more efforts. But I think over time, a lot of transplantation activity we will see in government hospitals also.
And still we see that there is a gap between demand and supply.
Yes, a lot of gap.
So what is your suggestion or message to people?
The only way to fill that gap is try and develop more government institutions, because transplant is an expensive procedure, both the surgery and the immunosuppression. Lot of patients who need a transplant may not be able to afford. So we need a middle path where either the government can subsidize, like it is happening in some states like Rajasthan and in Chennai, in which the government offers an aid, so that even if it is not done in government hospitals, the patient can still raise some money and take some help from the government and get the transplant done. Over time, I think the long-term solution should be to develop robust government programs, so that patients who are not able to afford treatment in private hospitals can get treated there.